For years, political campaigns ran on a very specific promise. Millions of voters were assured, repeatedly and explicitly by Donald Trump, that if he returned to office, the infamous Epstein client list would be declassified, and the elite corruption network would be exposed to the public. Then came July 2025. In a massive reversal, the U.S. Department of Justice suddenly announced that no official client list actually existed. They ruled Jeffrey Epstein's death a standard suicide, closed the investigation, and told the American public it was time to move on. Instead of total transparency, the government released a massive data dump. They published 11,000 pages of court documents, but the most crucial details, names, dates, and locations, were buried under thick black marker redactions. But the cover-up had a fatal technical flaw. The Department of Justice issued these files as shoddily compiled PDFs. The black bars were just a digital overlay. Anyone with a keyboard could highlight the blacked-out sections, hit copy, paste the text into a blank document, and read exactly what the government was trying to hide. This digital failure revealed a massive effort to sanitize the record. By attempting to redact specific tech titans and politicians while failing to secure the document layers, the government inadvertently mapped out exactly which parts of the network it considered too dangerous for public eyes. To understand what's in those files, we must look at the architect. In the 1970s, Jeffrey Epstein was a high school math teacher in Brooklyn. Without any formal banking degrees, he rapidly elevated himself into a billionaire's financial advisor, accumulating $600 million and building a massive trafficking ring. The operation required a logistics network.
Ghislaine Maxwell utilized her high society connections to recruit vulnerable, underage targets, framing the encounters as legitimate massage or modeling work for a wealthy benefactor. Once recruited, the targets were moved off the grid. Epstein maintained a private Boeing 727, known as the Lolita Express, serving as the primary transport mechanism to fly the world's most powerful figures completely under the radar. The final destination was Little St. James, a 75-acre private island in the Caribbean. Surrounded by ocean, it was geographically inescapable for the victims, and its rooms were wired with hidden cameras to permanently document the guests. Little St. James was a highly organized corporate apparatus. Every flight, every room, and every camera was engineered to gather unassailable human collateral. The unredacted text exposes the exact scope of that collateral. 2012 emails detail Elon Musk explicitly inquiring about the island, asking his contacts for the specific dates of upcoming wild parties. The files reveal Microsoft founder Bill Gates caught in Epstein's leverage. Documents outline Epstein threatening to expose Gates' affairs with Russian women, while Gates desperately relied on the trafficker to secretly procure STD remedies. The logs verify that physicist Stephen Hawking traveled to the island. As allegations surfaced, frantic internal emails show Epstein offering cash rewards to anyone who could clear Hawking's name from the growing scandal. The network crossed international borders. The UK royal family was forced to strip Prince Andrew of his military titles and honors once the files documented his direct involvement with the island's operations. Indian billionaire Anil Ambani routinely emailed Epstein to secure private meetings with the Trump family. In one exchange, Epstein casually offered to supply Ambani with a tall Swedish blonde girl as part of the arrangement. The aggressive PDF redactions were specifically masking the depth of this influence. Powerful tech titans, world-renowned leading scientists, and foreign billionaires were all captured by the same logistical infrastructure. But the heaviest redactions in the files were reserved for the highest political offices. The flight logs extensively document former President Bill Clinton making multiple trips aboard Epstein's private jet.
And beneath the black markers of the 2025 release lies a massive volume of data regarding Donald Trump. Despite public denials, his name appears over 600 times in the newly unsealed documents. This data web visualizes the specific connections buried in those 600 mentions. The unredacted text links Trump to 8 distinct private jet trips with Epstein, lists 14 of his personal phone numbers in the directory, and reveals a handwritten letter from Epstein comparing their mutual habits to those of convicted abuser Larry Nassar. The most severe document in the web is an official FBI witness testimony. A pregnant trafficking victim provided a sworn statement placing a young Donald Trump directly at the scene of her abuse. When the highest political office in the country is deeply embedded in the unredacted text, the government's sudden motivation to classify the files and close the case makes perfect logistical sense. Which brings us back to August 2019. While awaiting trial in a federal maximum security cell block, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead. Conveniently, the CCTV cameras monitoring his specific cell skipped an entire minute of footage precisely when the event occurred. Epstein's true power was blackmail. His $600 million fortune bought the access, but the recorded encounters provided the actual security, a vault of human collateral that made him a functional extension of the state's own interests. The system had protected him before. In 2005, when Palm Beach police built a massive case against him, Miami federal attorney Alexander Acosta negotiated a secret sweetheart deal that granted Epstein total immunity. Acosta was later appointed as the U.S. Secretary of Labor. The thick black redactions on the 2025 files were never applied to protect the identities of the victims. They are the paper trail of a two-tiered justice system, operating exactly as designed to protect its own masters from the public.